Esha eva varosmakam nrityantam tvam sabhapatim lokayam tam umapakantam pashyema sharadakshatam. I want to continue to look at this Sabhapati, this Nataraja Vigraham, this your dance as Nataraja. I want to keep looking at this for 100 years. Sharadak Shatam. Shatam means 100. For 100 years I have to keep looking. I want to continuously keep looking at this dance of yours. And that's what the Nayanmars also say. I want to take repeated births and then come to Chidambaram and then worship your beauty, worship your divine form as Nataraja, worship your divine beautiful face and divine body. I have to keep taking repeated births and deaths for that and come to Chidambaram and worship you. Some of the Nayanmars also say. So that beautiful Mahadeva is Sundareshwara, the Lord of beauty. And then Charu Chami Karabhasam Gauri Kucha Patorasam Kadanu Lokayishyami Yuvanam Vishpatim Kavim. Now when will I see that Mahadeva, who is the Lord of everything and who is actually who is charming like the luster of gold, and again he says whose chest is always in contact with the breasts of Mata Parashakti. Bhakve Nasam Mam Krita Punyalesham cha Dharmatim Swikarishyati Kim Nvisho Nilagrivo Vilohitaha. So he says, he aspires, he asks this question to Mahadeva himself. Oh Mahadeva, will you, who is that blue-necked Lord Nilagrivo, Asavyo Vasarpati Nilagrivo Vilohitaha, comes in Rudram, very first Anuvakam of Rudram. Nilagriva also comes like 6 times in Rudram. Oh blue-necked Lord, you have a special reddish complexion. Oh Mahadeva, I have committed many sins. Will you ever accept me? Jaimini Maharshi begs to Mahadeva. And then Swastyastu Sakite Jihve Vidyada Turuma Patehe Stavam Uchchataram Bruhi Jagatamiva Dundubihi. And he glorifies, he says, oh my tongue. He requests his tongue to just glorify that Umapati. Always, oh my tongue, please glorify just Umapati, Ambikapati, Parvati Pati, Parameshwara, who is the bestower of everything, Aishwaryam, Bhoga, Moksha, everything. And be as loud as the trumpet. He orders his tongue actually. His stuti is very beautiful. One can melt in devotion by reading this. I have just selected some hymns. I have selected some verses only. I am not going through everything. There are like more than 100 verses. Due to short of time, I have just selected some verses. He orders his tongue to, glorify that Umapati alone. And then be, oh my tongue, please be as loud as trumpet. When you are glorifying Lord Shiva. And then Mahamayukaya, Mahabhujaya, Mahashariraya, Mahambaraya, Mahakiritaya, Maheshwaraya, Maho Mahim, Sushtu Timirayami. Now, I salute you who is greater than the greatest, and this is the best of all hymns. That's what Jaimini Maharshi says. And Maheshwara, whose resplendent ray is great. You have great tejas. You have a great body. You have great might. You have great arms. Oh Mahadeva, I glorify that personality. And then you have a crown. Jatamudi, the hair lockets of Mahadeva itself is the crown of Lord Shiva. Jatadhara. Whereas Brahma, Vishnu and Indra, they have actually crowns on their head. But for Mahadeva, his Jatamudi itself is the crown. Sarpadi Rajosha Dinata Yuddha Kshubhya Jata Mandala Gahvaraya Tubhyam Namak Sundara Tandavaya Yasmin Nidam Sancha Vichaiti Sarvam. O Mahadeva, obeisance, prostrations to you who performs the Tandava dance with matted hair, beautiful matted locks of hair, and the king of serpents, Naga, Nagendra, the king of Nagas, Vasuki, is on your neck. And also the moon, always actually the moon and the snake, they are like the North Pole and South Pole. And here, Jaimini Maharshi says, no, the king of serpents is at your neck and the moon is on your head. They always come to clash and they get agitated. They always come to clash and they get agitated. They are like North Pole and South Pole, but they are actually in control, under control of Mahadeva. When they are with Mahadeva, they are under control. So that's the thing. And then Murari Netrarchita. This is interesting. Murari Netrarchita Pada Padma Umangri Laksha Pariraktapanim Namami Devam Vrishanila Kantam Hiranyadantam Shuchivarnamarat. Murari is Vishnu. Netra means eyes. Archita, he is worshipping Lord Shiva with his netra. Murari, Vishnu is worshipping Lord Shiva with his netra, but which part of the body he is worshipping? Pada Padma, to his lotus feet. He is offering his eyes to the lotus feet of Lord Shiva. And this is a very beautiful story that is told everywhere in the Puranas, where Vishnu desires to destroy the Devas, but he doesn't have a weapon. So in order to aspiring for a very powerful weapon, he worships Mahadeva with 1,000 lotuses. And Mahadeva, in order to test his bhakti, he steals one of the lotuses. And then he offers his eyes. And because of that, Vishnu gets two things. He becomes, Lord Shiva appears and then he gives the Sudarshana Chakra, which is one of the most powerful weapons. And then also, he gives Padma, he makes him Padma Lochana. From today onwards, you will be lotus-eyed. So that's what. So Murari Netrarchita, with his netra, he was worshipping the lotus feet of Paramashiva. And then Umangri Laksha. So your hands are actually reddish. So because you always caress the feet of Mata, it's like a husband and wife, love. So the Divine Mother and Father, it's like the Divine Father touching the feet and caressing the feet of Mata Parashakti, and your hands have become reddish by touching that, by caressing the feet of Mata Uma, which is actually Uma's feet is actually red in color. And your hands have become red, O Mahadeva, by caressing the feet of Mata. Very beautiful. And Hiranyadantam, Vrisha Neelakantam. So I missed that. Neelakantam, right? Trilochanam. Uma Sahayam Parameshwaram Prabham Trilochanam Neelakantam Prashantam. Kaivalya Upanishad. Neelakanta means blue-throated. Kailasa Shikarabhasa Himavadgiri Samstitaha Neelakantam Trinetram Cha. Who is blue-throated? Comes in the Shiva Sankalpa Suktam also. And on account of drinking the hala poison, he became blue-throated. Hiranyadantam. He is the Lord of Hiranya, he is the Lord of gold. Namo Hiranya Bhagave Hiranya Varnaya Hiranya Rupaya Hiranya Pataye Mbika Pataya Uma Pataye Pashupataye Namo Namaha. So here, he is the Lord of gold. His hands are gold. He has golden locks of hair. Suvarnaksha, he is golden eyed. He has a golden body. And then golden effulgence is coming out of his body. Hiranmayena Patrena Ishavasya Upanishad, verse 15. Here, Jaimini Maharshi goes on to say, Hiranya Dantam, your teeth is also golden. Oh Mahadeva, Shuchir Varnamarat. And who is fair complexioned? Shuddha Spatika Sankasham, he is fair. Anantam Avyaktam Archityam Ekam Harantam Ashambaram Ambarangam Ajam Puranam Pranamami Yupam Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. Every word in this verse itself has a connection. Anantam Avyaktam. Ananta comes in the Atharvashira Upanishad. Infinite. Mahadeva is infinite. So that is one of the names of Lord Shiva in the Atharvashira Upanishad. Mahanarayana Upanishad also says Anantam Avyayam Kavigum Samudrentam Vishwarup. Anantam Avyayam Kavigum Samudrentam Vishwashambhuvam. Vishwashambhuvam. So Anantana Avyakta. So this also comes in the Kaivalya Upanishad. Achintyam Avyaktam Anantarupam. He has various forms. Sundareshwara, Dakshinamurti, Bhikshatana, Ardhanarishwara, Chidambar Natraja, Tiruvarur Tyagaraja, Panchamuka Parameshwara, Sharabeshwara, Kalabhairava, Veerabhadra, various divines, Saumya Rupam and Raudra Rupams he has. And then he is imperishable, unmanifest. And then beyond contemplation or thinking, Achintyam. So, and who is Ekam, Eko Rudro Nad Dvitiyaya, he is one without a second. There is none that is second to him. There is none that is even greater than him. And has the quarters for his garments. Digambara. Very interesting. The north, east, south and west are present as the garments of Mahadeva. He has the elephant hide. He has the hide of Narasimha as his garment and also the directions as his garments. So all the devas are like wearing various clothes. But for Mahadeva, the quarters, the 4 quarters are the garments of Mahadeva. And then who is unborn? Ajam. Ajayamano Bahuda Vijayate. Puranam, who is ancient. Purana means ancient. And whose body is the sky. So, this is also told, Vyomakesha is one of the names that comes in the Shiva Ashtottaram. Vyomakesha means, oh Mahadeva, your hair is the sky. So here it says body, the body of Mahadeva is the sky. So we can also connect this with Nilato Yadamadhyastad Vidyullekeva Bhasvara. It's like the blue clouds are compared to Mata Parashakti and the lightning is actually Paramashiva. And also in the 7th Anuvakam of Rudram, Lord Shiva is described as cloud personified and also lightning personified. Meghya yacha vidyutya yacha. Meghya. Megham means the clouds. Megha. Vidyut means lightning. So you are that clouds and you are that lightning. And he is more. Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. It exactly comes in the Upanishads. Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan Atma Guhayam Nihitosya Jantoho Tamakratam Pashyati Vitashoko Dhatur Prasadat Mahimanamisham. One who meditates on that personality who is greater than the greatest and smaller than the smallest within the heart, and also who is present in the heart of all the living entities. He gets relieved of all the bhaya and shoka. He gets relieved of all the fear of this worldly existence, and then he eternally attains liberation. He goes back to Mahadeva. And then Imam Namami Ishvara Mindumaule Shivam Mahanandam Ashoka Dukkam Hridam Bhuje Tishtati Yak Paratma Yatascha Sarvah Pradisho Dishascha. I bow to this Mahadeva who is completely blissful and devoid of sorrow and pain. Everybody are bound by birth, old age, disease and death, which is the ultimate problem, and that can be resolved only by resorting to Mahadeva. You can get relieved of that by resorting to Mahadeva. 180th verse of the 154th chapter, Matsya Puranam, Narada Maharshi says, Brahma, Vishnu, Indra, Munayor, Janma, Mrityu, Jaraditaha. Everybody are bound by Janma, Mrityu and Jara. The sages Brahma, Narayana and Indra are bound by, even the Devas are bound by the birth, old age, disease and death. But Mahadeva is that ultimate. Mahadeva is alone beyond the birth, old age, disease and death. And Mahadeva alone is beyond karma, anava, mala. Mahadeva alone is beyond the 3 modes of material nature. No one else. And who is the great Atman? Paratma, Tasya Ashikaya Madhye Parama Atma Vyavastitaha. He is the supreme soul who stays in the lotus-like cavity of the heart, who stays in the lotus of the heart, Pundarikam. And then from whom everything originates. And then Ragadika Pat Yasamudbhavena Bhantam Bhavakyena Mahamayena Vilokyamam Palaya Chandramaule Bishaktamam Tva Bishajam Shranomi. Besha, also the Bishak. So Bishak also comes in Rudram. So which means that he is the greatest of all physicians. He is Vaidishvara or Vaidyanatha. So one is that, we can look at this in 2 ways. So you are born, you have like a disease, a material disease that is affecting you, like cancer or, something, or typhoid or something like that. And then you can worship Mahadeva to get relieved of that. Because if you want to engage in bhakti to Mahadeva, you need to be fit at the end of the day. You need to be healthy. And the other thing is that the biggest disease is actually the repeated cycles of birth and death. This samsara sagaram. How to get relieved of that samsara sagaram? He is the greatest physician who can give you the By resorting to him, you will get relieved from the repeated cycles of birth and death. Bhave bhave nati bhave, Satyojata mantram says. Don't put me into the repeated cycles of birth and death, Mahadeva. And then Kroshantam Isham Patitam Bhavabdau Nakusta Manduka Mivati Bhitam Kadanumam Rakshati Devadevo Hiranyarupaksa Hiranyasandrik. Again he uses the word Hiranya. So, O Mahadeva, the Lord of all the Devas, who has golden features and golden vision, please protect me. I am shouting loud to you, O Lord. I am fallen into this ocean of worldly existence. I am not able to get up. I feel like my mind will go behind something or the other and it will forget you. What will a devotee fear is that a true Shiva Bhakta will fear, or what he will fear is that, that fear when he forgets Mahadeva and he goes behind material things. That it's very, the Maya of Mahadeva is very powerful. Mayam tu prakritam vidyam, Mayinam tu Maheshwaram. It is under his control. If you want to win over Maya, you have to surrender to Mahadeva. So a true Shiva Bhakta will fear that, I don't want to forget Mahadeva at any cost. And that's why we see Nandi and Upamanyu always they dedicate themselves to Lord Shiva, worshipping Mahadeva, and they ask, if I have to worship, it should be only you, nobody else. So that's the boon that they acquire. So he is, he says, I'm fallen into the ocean of worldly existence. I'm extremely frightened. Like a frog stationed in an ant hill wherein a serpent dwells. This is like, we think we are enjoying this material world, but here our dear Jaimini Maharshi describes what is this material world. It's like a frog, frog is actually we are stationed in an ant hill wherein actually a cobra resides. So it's very dangerous for the frog, right? So that's where he compares. I feel like I'm a frog stationed in an ant hill wherein a serpent, cobra dwells, O Mahadeva. So this is that dangerous, this ocean of worldly existence. So please save me, please protect me, O Mahadeva. O personality, O the Mahadeva with golden features. And Charusmitam Chandra Kalavatamsam Gauri Kataksha Ruhayugma Netram Aloka Yishyami Kadanu Sambham Adityavarnam Tamasak Parastad. You enjoy always the side glances of Gauri Mata. Mahadeva, Parashakti Mata, that romance, divine romance happens between Parashakti Mata and Paramashiva. So with her, she always wants to enjoy the beauty of Mahadeva. So there is also a beautiful verse, Chudaya Gauri Nayanotsavaya. Chudaya Gauri Nayanotsavaya, which means Gauri Mata, with her eyes, she is drinking the beauty of Lord Shiva. That beautiful is Mahadeva. So with her side glances, Gauri Mata enjoys the beauty of Lord Shiva. And then Aditya Varnam, who is described as having the color and the luster of the sun, who is beyond darkness. Tamasak Parastad, Kaivalya Upanishad says. Aditya Varnam, Samasta Saksham Tamasak Parastad. Purusha Suktam says Aditya Varnam Tamasak Parastad, whose smiles are charming. And then there are many verses, but I'll just take one or two more and then end it. Ekayanam te vipulam shriyam te shrikantaменam sukrita namantam shrimanayam shripati vandyapadaha shrina mudaro daruno rayinam. He says, you are that only goal, you are that only object of meditation, you are the only object of glory. You are Shri Kanta. Shri Kanta means Shri Kanta. Kanta means throat. Shri means beautiful. So your throat is very beautiful. Shri Kanta is one of the names of Lord Shiva. It is also one of the names of the Acharya. The Shiva Vishishtadvaita Sthapanacharya. Sthapanacharya's name is Shri Kanta. And then your feet is worshipped by the Lord of Shri. So Shri Pati is actually Vishnu. Shri actually refers to Mata Parashakti. Because the giver of prosperity, Shriye Ruchanaha, the Vedas say. So, Shriye Ruchanaha is actually told in the Vedas for Lord Shiva. He is the giver of ultimate prosperity. But so the Shripati in general, it means Vishnu. So Vishnu is actually serving your feet eternally. And he bestows prosperity to his devotees by your grace, O Mahadeva. And then Suputra Kama Apiye Manushya Yuvanamenam Girisham Yajantam Yatak Swayambhur Jagato Vidata Hiranya Garbhak Samavartata Gre. So the Hiranyagarbha Suktam in the Vedas, that is for Brahma, Hiranyagarbha Samavartata Gre Bhutasya Jataha Patireka Asit, it says, which talks about Hiranyagarbha. All the jivas originate from Brahma. Patireka Asit, he was the one who was present in the beginning. But before that, Narayana, and before that Maheshwara. Maheshwara is that Adikarta, he is the original creator. So this also comes, it says, Jaimini Maharshi says, Hiranyagarbha, who is described as the creator of the universe, oh Mahadeva, he originated from you only. And you gave him the knowledge to attain, to get Shiva Jnanam. You gave him the knowledge. And he goes on to say, you have conquered like everybody, all the men and all the gods, and you reside in the just. So previously he glorified his tongue to just, previously he was talking about his tongue to glorify only Lord Shiva. Here he actually glorifies the speech. The speech that comes out of the mouth should actually glorify Mahadeva. Bhavishyasi tvam pratimana hino vinirjita shesha naramarascha namascha te vani mahesham enam stuhishrutam gartasadam yumanam. This also has a connection. So the Vani, that the speech that comes out of our mouth, should actually glorify Lord Shiva only and not anyone else. And eulogize, glorify that well-known youth. Stugishrutam gartasadam yuvanam. The Rudram says, Stugishrutam gartasadam yuvanam mriganna bhimam upahatma mugram radacharitre rudrastapano anyante aspinniva pantu senaha. Stugishrutam. So, as I said, Vedapada, every verse has a connection to the Vedas and Upanishads. So, glorify that youth who is always present in the cavity of the heart. And then Hiranyavarnam Maninupu Rangrim Prasanna Vaktram Shuka Padma Hastam Vishala Netram Pranamami Gaurim Vacho Vidam Vacham Udirayantim. It's also important to glorify Mata Parashakti. She is also important. She is sitting in the left lap of Maheshwara. Wherever if you see in the Vedas, she is described as one with Parameshwara. So he says, I bow down. Jaimini Maharshi says, I bow down to Gauri Mata, who is also golden in complexion. She is sometimes described as dark, sometimes blue, sometimes green, sometimes white, sometimes golden. Shvetashvatara Upanishad itself says, there is a verse which talks about this color, various colors of Mata, and then whose color is that of gold. You have a golden complexion, and then you have a parrot, and then you have a lotus in your hands. Your eyes are large. By looking at Mahadeva, your eyes become large, and that's what he says to when glorifying Uma Mata. And then Namami Menata Nayama Meyam Imam Umam Kantim Atima Meyam Karotiya Bhuti Sitau Stanau Dvau Priyam Sakayam Parishas Vajanam. I bow down to the daughter of Menavati, that is Parvati Mata, who cannot be comprehended. Just like Mahadeva is Achintya, even Mata Parashakti is Achintya, who is full of splendor, who cannot be measured. And it's beautiful, again, like this is also divine. Your breasts are actually whitened. Your breasts become, they are whitened by the basma when you are embracing the beloved Mahadeva. When you are embracing your beloved Mahadeva, your breasts are whitened by the basma that is on his body. Oh Mata, Jaimini Maharshi says. And then finally he ends by saying, Shive katam tvat samata kva dhiyate jagat kritihi keli rayam shivakpatihi haristu Haristu dasaha anuchari indira shachi saraswatim va subhaga dadirvasu. O Mata Parashakti, how can I ever glorify you? How can I glorify you and Mahadeva? I am just a Jivatma who is bound in the repeated cycles of birth and death. And then he goes on to explain, Jaimini Maharshi says, Shiva is your husband. You and Shiva rule this universe. The creation is your sport. Lokavattu Leela Kaivalyam Brahmasutra Bhashyam. Brahmasutram states. It is actually an instrument. This world is an instrument in the hands of Mata and Mahadeva. And then he goes on to say, everybody are your servants. This doubt will come, right? If Shiva and Mahadevi and Mahadeva are the Lord, so is there anything that is greater than Mahadeva? So he clarifies, Haristu dasaha. Hari is your servant. And then Anuchari Indira Shachi Saraswati. Indira refers to Lakshmi. Indra means the king of heaven. Indira means Lakshmi. So Lakshmi is your maid servant. And so as Shachi, that is Indra's wife, and Saraswati, O Mata. And you are the bestower of all wealth. So you and Paramashiva rule the universe. With that he ends the hymn. So these are only selected verses. Again, it's a very wonderful stuti, Vedapada hymn sung by Jaimini Maharshi, glorifying the Tandavam of Lord Shiva. So I wanted to connect that with the Nataraja episode. Since I spoke about Chidambara Nataraja, I wanted to connect that with this. So, and then Muhur Muhuhu Pibannisham Tandava Mritamanganam Sarvan Kamana Vapyante Ganapatyam Ivapaha. And after singing this wonderful stuti, Jaimini Maharshi, he has given us a wonderful stuti also to deliberate on and also to sing. All glories to the great soul. After attaining all the desires, and then after seeing the divine cosmic dance, Tandavam of Ishvara, he attained the Ganadipatya. Atharva Shiras talks about Ganadipatyam. You attain the chief, you become the chief of the Shiva Ganas, and then you go back to Parakailasha to eternally engage in service to Mahadeva. So, Ganapatyam Ivapaha, 143rd verse, 73rd chapter, Uttara Bhagam, Narada Puranam, he attains that Sarupyam or Samipya Mukti, and he becomes the chief of the Shiva Ganas, and then he attains Mukti. And then this stuti is not just for like moksham. Jaimini Maharshi says that it is also for attaining intellect, attaining good knowledge, good memory power, or if you want splendor, prosperity, name, fame, anything that you want, you can, whatever you want, you can sing this stuti. So, and you will get that in return. So, you will get Bhoga also, you will get Moksha also. But, once we get Bhoga, we should not forget Mahadeva. That's what is more important. The Asuras, they get Bhoga and they forget Mahadeva. But devotees do not forget Mahadeva. Everything happens by the grace of Mahadeva. Whatever, even if a blade of a grass has to move from one end to another end, or by the wind, it moves from one place to another place. That also happens, with the permission of Lord Shiva. So everything happens by the grace of Lord Shiva. So that thing should be there in the devotees. But this hymn can be sung, when obtain, whichever we want to obtain, Bhoga or Moksha, with Bhakti if you sing, and with Shraddha, Bhakti, Dhyana Yoga Davehi, Kaivalya Upanishad. Shraddha means faith, unflinching faith in Mahadeva. No, without Shraddha, nothing is going to happen. Without faith in Mahadeva, if we just, sing, it's not going to happen. Then Shraddha and Bhakti, devotion to Mahadeva, is very, very important. So that's about it. I hopefully, I think it was a lengthy class, but I hope you enjoyed. I'll chant the Kshama Prarthana mantra, and then we can, tomorrow what's the plan is, I'll be looking at some of the, as I said before, some of the interesting verses in Bhagavad Gita and how it connects with Mahadeva. So that's what we'll be seeing tomorrow. As usual, the same time. I'll send out the links and then I'll keep you posted. ॐ यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं तु यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देव परमेश्वर नमोऽस्तु ते विसर्गबिन्दुमात्राणि पदपादाक्षराणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व परमेश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व परमेश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष महेश्वरी अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष परमेश्वर एतत् सर्वं श्री उमामहेश्वर परब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु ललिताम्बिके साम्ब शिवार्पणमस्तु श्रीमति गौरी समेत साम्ब शिवार्पणमस्तु श्रीमति गायत्री समेत साम्ब शिवार्पणमस्तु करचरणकृतं वाक्कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वा परादं विहितम् अविहितं वा सर्वम् एतत् क्षमस्व जय जय करुणाब्दे श्रीमहादेव शम्भो माता च पार्वती देवी पिता देवो महेश्वर बान्धवा शिवभक्तांश्च स्वदेशोपमनत्रयं साम्ब शिवाय नमः साम्ब शिवाय नमः साम्ब शिवाय नमः हर ओं तत्सत् जैमिनी महर्षि की जय।